well, it's two. I have two questions. The first question is to you, Darnell. Why should we believe as Texans fans that this year was not a fluke?
Um, I feel like the fact that the teams we played, I feel like a lot of the teams we played and the way we lost, they were more of not enough time type games. They wasn't
Mhm.
just like, oh, we got stomped. We got stomped probably twice out of 17 games, which I mean, I can live with that. Um, Lyle's game, like I said, just like little minor rookie mistakes. But I look at it like, dude, this was if this was a situation of a little bit more experience with the same players, I feel like we would have been unstoppable. Honestly, a lot of things were just like people being in positions of just not having enough experience. But other than that, I feel like this is the beginning of something great. I seen it when we lost our first two games. That's how much I know it wasn't a fluke because I saw it when we were losing. A lot of people can say, "Oh man, we're looking good." Like when you're up 4-2, like Jordan say, "Oh, you can call it easy when you're up." Like, no, I was calling this week 1 and week 2. Like I like where we're going with this. This is not. We lost, and I think what we lost to the Ravens in a 2 possession game, and we lost the next game, and I think in a 1 possession game, maybe 2 possession game as well. But for me to say we got a bright future, that's just say a lot. So my main thing is just the fact that you could see the progress in our losses in the beginning of the season, even though we made a triumphant playoff push and a unexpected playoff make. So, you know, I don't think it was a fluke. Plus, shoot, man, this is what the city's been needing, man. This is what the city's been needing. A energetic, confident coach, a a quarterback for the team and for the city. Shout out to Deshaun Watson. I feel like he was the pedestal. He was the pedestal. He was a stepping stone to get where we're at right now, to be able to appreciate a good quarterback. And I mean, shoot, man, like we're creating a culture where players. I feel like players are going to want to play at. I feel like we got a lot of money in the bank, and that's also what's got me confident of it not being a fluke because we got money in the bank. Shawty, what you drank. It only gets better from here. People love the league loves CJ. The league loves D'Amico Ryans.
Got
this
more
this
than
this free agency
Frank.
about to get crazy. You heard it from Black Peace first, aka Rostadamus. You heard it from me first.
What percentage of
Telling you right now, this free agency about to get crazy in Houston.
Nah, free agency definitely about to get crazy in Houston. You got you
You
got
better afford Billy.
CJ Stroud and our boy Anderson winning offensive rookie of the year, well, offensive rookie and defensive rookie of the year in the AFC. Um, that was great to see. I think
Beautiful.
that should be encouraging for us. Our boy Will Anderson and CJ Stroud getting those awards for the A
Beautiful.
for the
You
AFC.
know what? You said enough.
Nah, man.
You freeze up? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, no, man. We come out losing that game, man, but a ton to be encouraged by this upcoming season. I personally myself, I don't believe this season was a fluke simply because of what CJ Stroud showed, his growth throughout the year, as well as having a coach in D'Amico Lions, man. Him being a defensive coach, I like that all the more considering how good our offense is and how good CJ is. We got Will Anderson, like you said. I was I was loud in terms of wanting to boot out Nick Casario, the Texans GM, because I feel like he was to blame for the turmoil that Bill O'Brien brought upon us as a franchise. And so after he drafted CJ And after we got D'Amico Ryans, and I was hesitant about D'Amico Ryans, not that I didn't believe in him, but we seen what the Texans have did with the two previous head coaches before D'Amico Ryans got there. Like all of them was like one and done. You know what I'm saying? And and so I wasn't really sure what the management and Nick Casario like what they was looking for when they look like y'all not really giving these guys a chance to coach. Granted, it's a lot easier to trust a coach once you finally get a really great, promising quarterback. Um, so I don't know if I would say I'll say that, yeah, I think Nick Casario is back in good graces and he's bought himself, a contract extension for the Houston Texans, being able to draft for us again with CJ Stroud or Will Anderson. But we'll love to see who we pick up. Tank Dell, obviously he got injured, but expect for him to come back fully healthy back from his injury. Um
I think he has trust issues. Oh, trust issues. That's all. Because I feel like this is one of the first times they made a ultra dramatic. Actually, all the dramatic moves are basically off the coaches. If you really look at it, and they try to make good moves. They really actually do. It's just they trust the wrong people to make the moves for them.
mhm.
And I feel like they've actually picked the right people to be able to make the right decisions. Whether it's the coach, offensive coordinator, defense, like because we've gotten good and stuff. It just never gelled right.
For whatever. And what you call
I don't know who's in charge of like
I'm
the casting or whoever putting everybody together, but it's just like we've
nah,
got
bro.
good pieces, it's just never gelled.
Yeah, I mean, cause like, if you look at our history when we had Gary Kubiak at the round, you had, you know, Derek Carr. No, it's not Derek. Who was after Derek Carr?
TJ Yates and Case Keenum type of dudes.
Okay, minus T. Well, I'll just say this: when we had
Stop.
Shaw, when we had I believe Derek Carr and Andre Johnson, they was like the same like era. But I feel like Schaub got a couple reps with Andre, if I'm not mistaken.
For
I
sure.
could yeah, when we got the Schaub and you got the Andre, and then on top of that, you got Arian Foster. It's just like, bro, those are great cornerstone pieces to like get to the promised land potentially with. Then we transition out of that era and we got a DeAndre Hopkins and we got a Deshaun Watson. That's a perfect marriage to like build towards the future with. But things just keep happening, things keep happening, things keep happening. And now we have a great cornerstone of a defense. We have a great cornerstone of an offense with our quarterback, Nico Collins again, Tank Dell, our tight end situation with CJ Stroud just being able to spread the wealth with how he throws the ball.
Does
I,
an offensive coordinator. Hope he don't go to another team. I know he's getting
bro,
offers,
like
but
stay
dude,
down, bro. Just stay
bro,
down with us,
you have been
bro.
one of the best things to happen to our offense. We have been getting 1970s style plays from like I've watched it my whole entire life, bro. Of just crappy, you call it plays. I was calling the
Yeah,
plays
Bill O'Brien who
every
wants to
Sunday.
run the ball on first and down 95% of the time. Oh my God.
It's like you knew exactly what the play was from the formation to like the situation. Like, and the one time he tried to be spontaneous cost us everything. And we're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Houstonians, don't worry, not gonna get into that. We're not gonna go to that nightmare because we're sweet dreaming right now. We're not going into nightmares.
to talk about to talk about all of this promise for our Houston Texans, D, do you see a future with us being able to win a Super Bowl while we're in the prime of Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson's career? Or do you feel like we gotta
It's in the
wait for
hands of free
them?
agency.
Hmm?
It's in the hands of free agency and the draft, in my opinion, at this point. Because at any given moment, the Kansas City Chiefs and all those other teams, they can draft that one player to make them back on top. Because right now, they're just a player or two from being off. Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. Kelsey may have a season or two left. Like, they're going to keep rotating players to be around them. That's what happened with Tom Brady. It's like, yeah, Tom Brady was great and he had good receivers, but they always kept good players in rotation through the draft and through free agency. So it's all about like it's all in the power of the free agency. That's what I'm so excited about because I'm like we're creating a culture where people. I think people will play for us. Come on, dog. Like we're Houston. Like America loves Houston. Like you know what I'm saying. Like we got the culture. As James Harden, he was one of the happiest stars ever because he was living in Houston, and he had it. And they had a longer time to not to be at home. You're a football player. You got more time to be at these strip clubs. Come on now, let's be real. They're professionals. So at the end of the day, I'm also looking at it too, like for the city already to have its appeal and for actually have the team what it's building is a culture of like, man, we brothers. We got a brother that's actually our coach. We got a black quarterback. Like the way we're even playing football is fun. Like we launching it down the field every single game at least 3 times. Oh yeah, I want to play for them. I want to run and catch the ball. I want to celebrate. I want to calm down my coach from jumping up and down on the sideline. That's what players really want. So that's what it boils down to. And then also top of that, like young old is young versus old. That's what we're getting into. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like those coaches, those young players, and those agents are starting to gravitate to like maybe we start messing with these younger coaches, and let's see what that does for your career, and let's see if they can help you get those catches you've been needing and those incentives you've been trying to get every year. Because those young players who just got out, they understand those incentives a little better, and they will strive a little better to make sure you hit what you need to hit. So, with all that being said, man, good luck, guys, in the free agency, man. Like I've never been so okay to be out of the playoffs in that situation, especially with the possibilities of making it, because it's just like this is just the beginning. This is only the beginning. This is God forbid, and we trust your will. But other than that, this is
Yes,
only
Lord.
the beginning. Exactly. Like I'm not worried. Like if anything happened, God, that's on you. But other than that, we fine. Um, but that's what I think the biggest thing that's going to be popping up that's going to be like real serious in the NFL is like this year's free agency. Because I don't know who's available, but if there's some receivers out there, if there's some linemen out there, if it's one tight end out there, Texas won't you? We can do beautiful
Won't you?
things, guys.